There are certainly a lot of things I love about these new tanks, these custom-made tanks that really scream, you get what you pay for, right? I love the finish, the clean lines of the silicone compared to the tanks I had before that were very sloppy by comparison. The lines on this tank are very clean. I certainly appreciate the build, which you can tell just by the weight of the tanks, comparing the weight of the older tanks versus these tanks. And I think a lot of that is because of two factors: the thickness of the glass that's being used, and also the reinforced framing on the bottom of the tank, where they use glass, strips of thick glass that serve almost like a brace on the bottom, on the inside bottom and across the middle. And that of course adds a lot of weight, but also adds a lot of silicone contact area. And so it makes the tank very indestructible and very unlikely to separate or start to leak. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to improve the visibility of some of the smaller fish in here. I have some neon tetras and some embers that are a little hard to see against the black substrate. What I've decided to do is to take some of the pebbles that I was able to separate out from the sand. I have all these buckets of sand from this. Before was a white sand and gravel combination. I took all the substrate out and I ran the sand through a strainer, and I was able to pull out of it a lot of the pebbles. You can see here the pebbles, and here they are. You can see how much I was able to pull out of there. That's a lot, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle this all along the other half of the aquarium. So instead of having a pebble substrate that phases into a black, it's going to be all of this color, and hopefully that will allow me to enjoy and see the embers and the neons a little bit more clearly. I'm just going to go ahead and drop it in. I'm not going to worry too much about covering up some of these snails, which I haven't completely, to my satisfaction, identified. If you think these are rabbit snails or pagoda snails, let me know in the comments below. I get different opinions, but this type of snail will traditionally bury itself in the substrate, so I'm not worried about covering them up with some of this. They'll just dig right out. It's basically how they roll, or in their case, how they slide, right? So let's go ahead and drop this in. You can see here how the aquarium looks before, and going from the lighter substrate to the darker, and you can also appreciate how the smaller fish are hard to see. So let's go ahead and drop this in, and let's see what kind of a difference it makes. This thing hanging in the middle is a food clip, perfect for cucumber and zucchini and things like that. It's made by Zoomed, and it's attached with a little bit of what looks like fish line to a float, and it just kind of floats around. Fish nibble at it. Very easy to to put in and take out. I use it in all the tanks where I use zucchini and cucumber. Well, it's going to look a lot better in about an hour after the filter's had a chance to clear things up a bit. You can see it's working hard to grab everything that was stirred up. And definitely with the kind of clarity that I get in this tank, which is probably the thing I like the most about it, is the clarity. It's like my aquarium went from HD to 4K by using a better quality glass. But I'm liking it. I like the way it looks. Kind of makes the bottom a little uniform, maybe a little less interesting. And you tell me, do you think it helps me to see the fish a little better? I mean, the problem might not be necessarily as much the substrate as the fact that these are very small fish. Reminds me of the conversation I had with Whip. The reason he prefers big fish. You can really see them and interact with them. But I do think they stand out a little bit better. And of course, fish will change their color based on the substrate. Very often they will lighten up a little bit. Rummy noses like to stay over here. Rummy noses, some of my favorite community tank fish. I also love rasboras, the way they school, and of course the rainbows, neon rainbows are very pretty too. At any rate, let me know what you think in the comments. Is it making a difference? Did I waste my time? Does it look better? Do you think it looks worse? Let me know what you think. And I'll tell you, the only thing I would change on this aquarium, as far as the aquarium build, is I would use a silicone that isn't shiny. Because very often I'll look at the bottom of the frame and I'll think that there's some water on it because it's so shiny. It's like a high gloss silicone. But that is just being very, very picky and isn't really that important. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell if you like the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, become a Patreon monthly supporter. Starts for as little as $3 a month. Details are in the description. And join me on Saturday with a great group of fish keepers for the Cichlids and Coffee live stream every Saturday at 11 a.m. Well, I can't say every. I do take some Saturdays off, but most Saturdays at 11 a.m. Central Time. That's 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. If you do want to subscribe, just hit me in the mug right here. And if you'd like to continue watching videos about fish keeping, check out my best tips videos in this playlist right here. Thank you, my friends. That's it from me. Bye-bye.